If you have at least one competitor, you have a game. And there are two types of game. There are finite games and there are infinite games. A finite game is defined as known players, fixed rules, and an agreed upon objective. Football. We all agree what the rules are before we begin play. We all agree that whoever has more points at the end of the set time period is the winner, and everybody goes home at the end, right? The game has a beginning, a middle, and an end. In an infinite game, there are known and unknown players. The rules are changeable, and the objective is to perpetuate the game or stay in the game as long as possible. When we pit a finite player versus a finite player, the system is stable. Football is stable. When we pit an infinite player versus an infinite player, the system is also stable. The Cold War was stable because we could not have a winner or a loser. And what ends up happening is the players play until one drops out because they lack the resources or the will to continue to play. They run out of the will and resources. The game continues with them or without them. The player just leaves the game, right? Problems arise, however, when you pit a finite player versus an infinite player. Because one is playing to win and the other is playing to keep playing. And they make profoundly different strategic choices, which ultimately results in the finite player finding themselves in quagmire, running through will and resources trying to win. Business, politics, even education. What game are we playing?
We all think about winning and being the best and being
back into the finite game. Number one, you have to have a just cause. What is a just cause? So I'll ask you a very simple question. Why does your organization exist? We don't need you. Clearly there's plenty of competition. Clearly people have plenty of choices. Even the things that you may specialize in, there are others that do a reasonably good job. They might even be better than you in some areas. So why do you exist? Great organizations understand their just cause, a cause so just that people would be willing to sacrifice to see the advancement of that cause. Sacrifice comes in many forms. It might mean working longer hours, giving you my best ideas, turning down a better job that offers me more money to stay here because I believe in what you're doing and I want to see that advanced. And what a just cause is, it is a vision of the future that does not yet exist, and you will commit all of your energies to advance that vision of the world that you have. And the people you want to attract, both those who work there, those who teach there, and both those who come to learn there, believe in your vision of the future. So much so that they may turn down a better offer from someone else because they want to be around people who are committed to building this world that does not yet exist. And every single one of these organizations that you run and represent can have different visions or overlapping visions of the world. But you must be clear what your just cause is, what you stand for. Otherwise, the only thing I have to judge you on is superficial things. It's like dating, right? It's like dating. If somebody tells me what they stand for, who they are, they're talking about their character. And those are the people we want to spend the rest of our lives with. If we do not have any sense of who they are, what they stand for, what their purpose, what their cause, what their beliefs are, what their values are, the only thing we have to judge them on is how much money they make and how good looking they are. We are judging based on superficial things, right? Real important things that will help advance your just cause, but more important, will help advance them as human beings. The people who make choices based on salary alone end up unhappy, end up in broken marriages, and end up doing rather unethical things because they're so driven by the mighty dollar. Why aren't we teaching people? You should teach. I strongly urge you to include things like confrontation, effective confrontation, communication skills. What do you stand for, and will you attract people who believe what you believe? Number 2, courageous leadership. Courageous leaders are the ones who are willing to sacrifice the short term in order to advance the long term. Courageous leaders are the ones who are willing to say no to the money because it's coming from a dirty source, and rather say yes, even though they know they'll have to tighten the belt in the short term because it's the right thing to do. Having a just cause, if we don't actually follow the just cause, if we don't actually make decisions through the lens of the just cause, is just marketing. You actually have to have leadership that desperately, profoundly believes in the cause and will make decisions to advance that cause. They would sooner sacrifice their own personal interests to take care of their people. They would never sacrifice their people to protect their own interests. It's called leadership. It's called leadership. We confuse rank and leadership. Rank has nothing to do with leadership. Leadership is the acceptance of the awesome responsibility to create an environment in which people can work at their natural best. The senior-most people in an organization are not responsible for the results. They are just not, right? It's like talking to hospital administrators and I say, what's your priority? And they say, my patients. Really? You're not a doctor. And if you are, you haven't talked to a patient in 20 years. Wrong. The responsibility of the senior people in a hospital is to take care of the staff, the doctors, and the nurses. And when they feel taken care of, they will in turn take care of the patients. The responsibility of everyone is to take care of the people who work in the organization. And if they feel that someone has their back, they will commit all of their excess energy and time to take care of each other. If they do not feel that their backs are protected, that someone has their interests in mind, that the organization itself is trying to help them advance as human beings, then they will do exactly what the culture provides them to do, which is they will protect themselves from you. Which then goes to the next point of trusting teams. A trusting team is an environment in which people feel safe to raise their hand and say, I made a mistake. I don't feel qualified to do the job you've asked me to do, and I need more training. I need help. I'm struggling at home and it's affecting my work. I'm scared, without any fear of humiliation or retribution or punishment whatsoever. If you do not have trusting teams inside your organization, what you do have is a group of people who show up to work every single day lying, hiding, and faking. You're forcing them to. It's not their fault. You're creating an environment in which people will not share mistakes for fear that it puts them on some sort of short list or just getting in trouble. They will not admit that they don't feel qualified for the jobs that they have for fear of being outcasts. Human beings are social animals and we respond to the environments we're in, and ultimately it is the leadership that is responsible for setting the environment. Get the environment right, you get trusting teams. Get the environment wrong, you are forcing people to protect themselves from you. The next part is a worthy rival. The only true competitor in an infinite game is yourself. This is true. What your competition does is it helps reveal to you your weaknesses. Admire the others in your organization, not to beat them, there's no such thing. Not to be number one, there's no such thing. But if somebody else is better than you at something, that means you have to go work harder yourself. It's like running in a race. If you're driven to be number one, if you're driven to make the most money, if you're driven to show up in some arbitrary ranking that you don't even have a say in, that's like tripping the next runner. You will win the race, but you're still a slow runner. Rather, fall behind this year, and then you work and work and work, because ultimately the goal is not to be number one this year. The goal is to create an organization that will outlast every single one of you. This is about building strong foundations. This is about looking long-term. And the short-term, money is simply fuel to make the car go. We don't own cars to buy more fuel. We own cars to go somewhere. It's the same thing in an organization. Your organization exists to advance something. The money is simply there to make it go.
If you think about our tombstones, right? They have the date we were born and the date we died. But really, it's what we do with the gap in between. It's what we do between the time we're born and the time we die that gives our life meaning. And if we live our lives with a finite mindset, which means to accumulate more power or money than anybody else, to outdo everyone else, to be number one, to be the best, we don't take any of us with us. We don't take any of it with us. We just die. The people who get remembered, the way we want to be remembered is what kind of people we were, right? Devoted mother, loving father, what kind of person we were to other people. A finite player who is obsessed with winning,
Yes.
who leaves behind a legacy of short-term gains for a few and distress for many.
Do we want to write on your tombstone how much money you helped raise? Top fundraiser, right? Or do we want to be known for the service that you provided to the people who devoted themselves to your cause?